myself, Jim Lakey. So happy birthday to all of us. I'm sure you hope we have really nice birthdays. One of the things to realize is that the trash that would normally be picked up on the 4th of July, which is Friday, will be picked up tomorrow, which is Thursday. So put your trash out early, everybody that has a Friday pickup. Then there are some things to report, and we suggest you check the stories in the St. John News. But last night at City Council, we learned that the police have caught the snack bandits, and there's one adult and 2 juveniles, and they're not releasing the names of anybody because the charges haven't been filed and they're still investigating. But the city pool was broken into, and the mini mall here in St. John and a few other places, and most of the things that were taken were candy bars and things like that. However, the real bad part was that some of the places had quite a bit of damage to their building, and so the candy bars are nothing compared to having to put on a new door or whatever they have to do. Then there was another strange event that occurred too, and that was last week. There was a suspicious person who went to several places out on First Street near the highway and posed as a city worker, a water department employee, and they wanted to come in and check the water to see if it was working. And they said some things that didn't make sense, but they actually went into a few places, to a few people's apartments and checked the water. And of course, the city would never send somebody to your house to do anything unless they told you first. Or if it was an emergency, like there was a fire, they'd be a fireman, but they'd be in their uniform and they'd have a badge if they're the police, and city workers have IDs. So if somebody suspicious wants to come in and check out anything in your house or your apartment, you want to call the police and see, or the city to see what's going on. The city is 549-3208. The police upstairs, if they're not out on patrol, is 549-3443. And you could even call 911 and have somebody check out anything suspicious. And we really can't figure out why they were doing that. Unless it was just a nosy neighbor that wanted to see what you had in your bathroom. I don't know. But nothing was reported missing, and so it just is a really strange thing. So I guess last week was a time when weird things were happening around the county. Now coming up, I guess we'll take them in order. The CIP. Well, actually, the first one is probably the newspaper and the television station are sponsoring, but the CIP group is also sponsoring a candidates night at the library, and that would be Tuesday, the 8th. So that's next week, Tuesday. It would be at 7 o'clock in the evening, and it's particularly for county candidates that have contested elections. And so the treasurer and the sheriff and county commissioners would be the people that would be involved. And there is a contested election primary for state senator, and so the candidates for state senate have been invited too. However, the stars of the evening are going to be the local county candidates, the treasurer candidates and the sheriff candidates and county commissioner candidates. So save Tuesday at 7 o'clock at the library and get to meet the people that are running and find out what their plans are for the county. Then in July 10th, which would be 2 days later, or Thursday, the CIP, the community organization that took the place of Main Street, is having a cookout, and they're inviting the community, and they're having hot dogs and hamburgers. So that's Thursday. I don't have the time down, but I expect it's like 6 or 7, and we'll tell you more about it in the next news. And they're having hot dogs and hamburgers. And it's at Brown Park, and they'll be going around telling people about the things that the community organization is planning and maybe asking for suggestions. But they also hope to get some people who will volunteer to help out. And the way things are these days, a lot of people don't like to be on boards and committees that meet all the time and aren't doing something. But they would be looking particularly for volunteers who might like to help out at one event, like the Jubilee or the Christmas Magic or some other thing. Or people that will always help out for a special event but really don't want to go to meetings about it. And then, of course, they do need people to go to meetings because somebody has to make plans. So again, that would be Thursday in the evening at Brown Park, and they're having hot dogs and hamburgers. So we hope a lot of people will go. Well, that gives us a good transition into what people are eating today. So in St. John, the seniors have baked ham, glazed sweet potatoes, and green beans, and something called dream cake. And tomorrow, they're having barbecued brisket, potato casserole, and they have a cherry crisp with topping. That sounds good. But you have to go somewhere else on Friday because that's Good Friday and they're closed. And so now we have Maxville, and I have the wrong menu. So I can't tell you what Maxville is having. And so that's all the news and announcements. And we're going to go to something after the word of the day, but we'll do the word of the day first. The word of the day is this: you do not grow old. You become old by not growing anymore. So I'm hoping that you'll have a really great day today. And at the end of the session, we're going to have an insert, which is a special report of a few pictures from Russell and Norma Bright's happy 60th anniversary. So stay tuned for that.
I'm here today with Mr. and Mrs. Russell Bright. Russell and Norma, hello.
Hello.
You've been together for 60 years as of yesterday.
That was 60 years yesterday.
Where were you guys married? Where were you married?
Beaver, Kansas, at the Friends Church.
Wonderful. Now I understand, I can see around here, and I see you've got quite a crew around here. You've got 6 children, is that correct?
6, yes.
And how many grands and
13 grands.
and a great grand?
13 grandchildren, yeah. And 2 great and 1 on the way.
Wonderful. Wonderful. You look so happy. I take it you guys still like each other.
We do.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful day.